So you know what's funny about South Florida real estate?
What now?
For years, everybody acted like Miami was the only place worth talking about.
Okay, facts.
Yes. If a condo wasn't in Brickell, Miami Beach, or somewhere with valet parking and a scented lobby, people looked at it like it didn't exist.
Meanwhile, Fort Lauderdale has been sitting there quietly improving this entire time.
Exactly. Better restaurants, better walkable areas, more development, more people actually living there full time.
And now buyers are finally paying attention.
Because a lot of people are looking around Miami right now going, wait, I'm paying how much for parking and HOAs?
And that's the thing. Buyers still want that Florida lifestyle, but they're becoming way more practical with where they actually get value.
And Fort Lauderdale suddenly feels like the city people should have been paying attention to sooner.
Yeah, for sure.
So as always, we're going to talk about South Florida real estate without pretending gray laminate floors, one waterfall countertop, and an LED bathroom mirror automatically qualifies as ultra luxury.
Yes, and right now the amount of listings calling themselves designer renovated because somebody installed matte black cabinets or handles, it's getting out of control.
Everybody thinks they're on HGTV.
Meanwhile, the AC unit is from the Obama administration.
That's exactly right.
But today we're talking about something that's actually interesting. Fort Lauderdale is quietly becoming one of the hottest conversations in the South Florida market.
And not just luxury either.
Because people hear South Florida heating up and immediately picture billionaires parking yachts behind waterfront mansions. But the real story is broader than that.
And there are single family homes, townhomes, rentals, young professionals, retirees, remote workers. And Fort Lauderdale has become attractive to a lot of the different buyers that encumber that kind of group.
Yes, and we actually know someone. We're doing a deal with them now. They're moving up to Cooper City.
Yep.
Because it's a very different, and honestly, I really did love that neighborhood. It was so nice.
I know. Sometimes it's nice to get out and experience other areas.
Definitely. So, and honestly, part of the reason is because people want balance now, right? South Florida buyers today aren't really they're not just chasing the hype anymore. No. They're thinking about lifestyle, cost, commute, flexibility, and long-term values, which is probably healthier for the market overall. Yeah. So I also think people underestimate how important the rental market has become in Fort Lauderdale.
Huge factor.
And because a lot of people moving to South Florida don't immediately buy anymore.
No, exactly. Especially interest rates where they are right now. People want to learn the area first.
Yeah.
They'll rent for about a year, figure out traffic patterns, neighborhoods, commute times, the lifestyle.
And more importantly, they learn that close to the beach and easy to drive to the beach are very different things in South Florida.
God,
like
so different.
Massively different.
Yeah. So a listing will say 10 minutes from the beach at 2 a.m. on Tuesday if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's catchy. So, but Fort Lauderdale's rental market has been attracting people who still want walkability, restaurants, nightlife, beach access, and newer buildings, just maybe without the Miami level pricing.
Yeah, and neighborhoods like Flagler Village really changed the conversation.
Absolutely, yeah.
So for 5 or 6 years ago, a lot of people outside Broward barely talked about Flagler Village. Now it's one of the first areas the young renters ask about.
And I feel like that's because it feels modern, active, connected, and livable, right? And investors are paying attention to this area too.
Yeah, no, and the key word is stability.
Yeah. So markets become healthier when people are moving to actually live there, right? Not to just flip properties or post pool photos twice a year on Instagram.
Yeah. So now, obviously, luxury still matters in Fort Lauderdale.
Of course, waterfront homes, boating culture, marina access, that's always that pricing will always be part of the identity there.
But I think people miss the bigger story when they only focus on luxury. Because what's really interesting now is many different buyer types are active in the market at the same time.
Exactly.
So you've got professionals buying condos, families looking for more indoor and outdoor space, remote workers, leaving more expensive cities, retirees still relocating to weather, not to weather, but for weather,
For the weather.
and taxes, investors looking at long-term rentals.
Yes, and even Miami buyers moving north because they want a slightly different pace. Yeah.
So diversity really matters.
Yes, and because when a market only depends on one category of buyer, things can get shaky fast. Because if all your growth depends only on luxury, then cash buyers, that becomes risky.
Yeah.
And Fort Lauderdale feels more layered than that right now.
And honestly, there's probably one reason the market conversation is around Fort Lauderdale, and it feels suitable just that type.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about the vibe difference because this matters way more than people admit. Miami and Fort Lauderdale are completely different experiences.
And it's not in a bad way.
No, not at all. Exactly. Some people love Miami energy, which is great. It's very fast paced, very New York, nonstop. But Miami also feels late for most people on other things.
Well, even the guy ordering coffees sounds a little aggressive.
I know, and the constant horn honking and
Yes.
throwing up middle fingers everywhere because you're not moving fast enough. And the road rage, it's a lot. But meanwhile, Fort Lauderdale feels a little bit calmer. It's still active, still fun, still South Florida, but just different pace.
But maybe a little more neighborhood focused. And buyers noticed that immediately.
Yes, I feel like it's much more family oriented too. It's a vibe that I got when I was up there recently.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so especially people who want restaurants and nightlife, beaches and walkability, but don't necessarily want to feel like they're living inside a music video 24 hours a day.
Yeah, so some buyers are just at a different stage of life right now.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, after a certain age, the phrase rooftop day club starts sounding exhausting instead of exciting.
That's
like
so
I'm
true.
in bed by 9:30, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
I can't
it's
keep
like,
up anymore.
Start turning the lights off.
I'm totally okay with living in a suburb area where it's just dark and you can see the stars. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, we're in a different stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, those are facts. Now, even though Fort Lauderdale has momentum, buyers are still being very careful right now.
Way more careful than they were 2 years ago.
Oh, for sure. Today's buyers ask a lot more questions, as they should, right? Insurance costs, HOAs, which the HOAs, you have the special assessments, flood zones now
Yeah.
being practically required everywhere, reserve studies, assessments, questions at the top of the list that they want to know the answers to.
Yeah, especially condos.
Yeah, because people learn the hard way that your monthly payment isn't just your mortgage anymore.
Right.
It's looking at your total ownership cost now. And honestly, that's one of the biggest shifts in the entire South Florida market.
Yeah, people are being a little bit more analytical again than, they were before. Now they're doing it again.
No, yeah, the emotional frenzy has definitely cooled off.
So back then, people would walk into a condo and say, we'll take it.
Yeah, right away, right? Because it looks cute.
Yeah,
Now buyers are like,
I know.
can I see years of association financials?
Yeah, insurance history, projected assessments, reserve funding, and they don't even ask,
Rewind.
okay,
from
I'm going to
scratch.
start at the top. So back then, people would walk into a condo and say, we'll take it. And now buyers are like, can I see 3 years of association financials, the insurance history, the projected assessments, reserve funding? And if they don't, we ask for them because obviously they need to know.
Completely agree, because it does affect the monthly payment.
Yeah.
And that's what,
Well, they got to be protected as well.
Yeah.
But they're asking more questions.
absolutely.
So I think we should do a rapid fire. What do you think?
Let's go for it.
So we're going to bring in our producer, Desi, or one of our producers, and she's going to ask us some questions.
Let's go for it.
Biggest reason people choose Fort Lauderdale.
Lifestyle balance.
Beach plus breathing room.
Yeah.
Most underrated factor.
I think it would be location.
Close to everything without always feeling so hectic.
Yeah.
Most common buyer reaction.
Wait, this is actually really nice.
every single time.
Yeah.
Most dangerous thing in South Florida real estate.
I think falling in love with a condo or a property before reading any HOA documents.
That'll humble you real quick. Okay, so bottom line, Fort Lauderdale is growing because it appeals to a wide range of buyers, not just luxury buyers.
Yeah, the market has momentum across rentals, condos, single-family homes, and waterfront properties.
And people are increasingly seeing it as a place to actually live long term.
It's not just vacation anymore.
No, it's not. And honestly, the fact that the growth feels more balanced might be on one of the biggest reasons people are paying attention to that right now.
So if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, send this to someone who still thinks Fort Lauderdale is just spring break and boats.
Or someone quietly comparing Miami prices and rethinking their life choices.
And then we'll see you next time on
Miami Realty Rundown.